this is aimed to prevent any cheating, yeah, from each participant into the other participant. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, should I start now or?
Dodi, yeah, you may start your performance now. Good
Okay,
luck, yeah.
thank you. Hello there, rise and shine. It's Sunday morning, and I'm Rahadian Jodi. Glad to welcome you today to the very first episode of Interviewed by Rahadian, only on Channel News Asia. Well, yeah, it's been a while actually. Due to the government's restriction, of course, we couldn't have, on-air sessions before since, yeah, till now, even I cannot go to, the studio and I miss that place a lot. But yeah, here I am now building my own studio at my home sweet home. And that's why I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, I could feel this vibe again. So yeah, that's why, since this is the very first virtual episode, I have invited 50 lucky guests here with us today in our virtual room. And yeah, I could definitely see, some of our loyal viewers. Yeah, there you go, Echa. Good to see you again. Okay. So I'd like to give a warm welcome to our viewers who are now watching live from www.channelnewsasia.com. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? I hope that you are doing great at the moment, of course. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, first thing first, due to this kind of like pandemic, of course, we know that, every single sector, has been moving, has been transforming, and yeah, not to mention education, right? Okay, so there are many issues regarding to education field and of course regarding to the online education. That's why today basically we're going to talk about education field, especially related to managing your education life and how to achieve that kind of like success. It's been quite a while. Actually, I have never received a guest, but here we are now with a very special guest coming from Indonesia, especially Universitas Indonesia. We have the one and only Nurul Zamzami, the most outstanding student of social and humanities studies, Universitas Indonesia. And girl, that's a lot of, credentials that you have got here. Hello, Nurul. How are you doing there in Indonesia?
Hello, how's everyone? I'm good. I hope everyone's doing well. Dodi, thank you so much for inviting me here. It's been fun.
Okay, good to see you. Basically, like this is the first time, we met here in this very, first virtual episode of my interview program. So I do hope that you are doing great. So first thing first, Noodle, my question is, how has, this pandemic affected your life, especially education life?
Well, first of all, it has been tough. I had to try to manage myself. I was used to offline learning, which is in class, I meet my friends, and suddenly it all went upside down. And all I see is their faces on the screen. So it's been tough, but the silver lining of this pandemic is that you have more time for yourself, because if you cut all the travel, for example, for me, from my home to campus and all the way back, there's actually a lot more that you can do. Not to mention that competitions have all been more inclusive and a lot more affordable. So it's been tough, but I would like to say that I've been managing well, I hope.
Oh, great lady to hear about that. Okay. So yeah, talking about, your credentials that, I've basically received in your CV, it says that, you got so many credentials, awesome credentials. How did you, manage to get all of that? I mean, during this kind of condition, lots of people, have been just, sleeping in their couch watching Netflix. I mean, how could you do that, lady?
Well, first of all, I do all those things too. I do a lot of Netflix marathon with my friend that keeps me sane. Honestly, the key in how I managed to do all that, to quote you, is just because I am helped by a lot of people in my life. My friends make sure that I always stay on track with my education. They're always there to, whenever I'm experiencing a slump. I guess it helps that naturally I'm a competitive person. I feel the best when I am competing, when I'm working on something. um, so I just always find myself wanting to try new things. Maybe if you see, I've done several MUNs, but for the first time last month I was doing a mediation competition as well, which is entirely new, and I'm happy that we got to bring an award home. So really, it's just I feel fun doing it. But if you feel fun doing Netflix marathon, by all means, go ahead.
Well, that is such a top-notch, description. You are, definitely such a perfection, and I'm so exactly nervous right now talking to you. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, do you personally think that personal goal setting is still, considered relevant during this kind of, situation, especially pandemic?
Mm, this is a tough one because I know that I said that I like competing and I like myself best when I'm doing something. But I think what I would like to say to all our viewers here is that we are in a pandemic and you need to be more forgiving. You need to be kinder to yourself, that you feel that you're not being as productive as you were before the pandemic. I feel that the fact that we're still alive today and we're still healthy and we're still going day by day with our loved ones, that alone is already an achievement. So that's the first thing that I need to say, that if you're not as productive as you were, that's fine. However, I also still think that it is necessary for you to still have little goals in your life just to make sure that your life is on track. I personally believe that, well, goal setting is important, of course. I have small goals for myself. You I would say that we need to be careful not to be so micromanaging of our life that we close our doors to more opportunities. I think the perfect balance is when you set your goals, but you're still open for more opportunities, because that led me to the mediation competition that I joined, that mindset, and it has rewarded me really well, if I may say so myself. So it is still relevant in my opinion, but ultimately you need to be kinder and more flexible towards yourself, especially in this pandemic.
Perfect, perfect. So, highlighting your resume related to, you got the title of most outstanding student of social and humanities studies of Universitas Indonesia. Did you basically list this as one of your goals during the pandemic?
Would you believe me if I say no? I didn't really list it as my goal at all. The way it happened was just that one day I saw our line group from my batch, and the organization or the faculty opened the registration for MAPRES, the way we call it here. And I found that I qualified to apply, and I was like, let's give it a try. Honestly, the reason why I did it was just so that I don't go to bed thinking, what if so that my goal really is just to try it out. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. I don't lose anything. And if it works, that's great. I got the title, and luckily I did. So yeah, really, it was just to quench my curiosity, but I'm glad that it worked out for me.
Glad. Okay. So, by the way, I'm wondering about the preparation to that program. Like, did you give your 100%, or like, did you just, just give it the rest to your God? You feel like you have done your best?
Well, if you want to win the most outstanding student, I think there are two types of preparation. First is long-term, and second is short-term. So one component of winning most outstanding student is your CV. And basically you need to list out maximum 10 achievements that you've gained throughout your college life. And that is the long-term plan. So since you entered college, since you started in your freshman year, you need to start thinking about it. What types of competitions, what type of organizations that you're planning on joining and winning. So that's long term. Short term, yeah, it's a lot, because the most outstanding student application and also the selection itself is very tight. I think it's only like 2 weeks for like 4 to 5 steps of selection process, including making a paper, scientific paper, and also interviews, and also 2 presentations in 2 languages. So for short term, you really need to like start thinking on what you want to write for your scientific paper. So it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's not the easiest either. So I would say that if you want to join most outstanding student, you really need to think it through. That's what I would say.
Okay. Last question about your journey on most outstanding student of Universitas Indonesia. What was the program that you proposed to, the competition? May I know?
For this scientific paper, what I proposed was, it's a policy review. It's a policy recommendation, because I'm a law student and I feel that the way I could impact the most people in the most effective way is by having the policy reviewed and also changed. The topic that I raised was the gender equity for fisherwomen. So I study law, but more specifically environmental law, and I find that the fisherwoman in our country, Indonesia, despite being one of the most productive people or group in the fishery, they really do not have the same rights or the equal rights that other fishermen have and are granted. So I don't think that this is the right thing to do. And if we want to keep our fishery sustainable, what I proposed essentially was that the fisherwomen need to basically have equal rights with the fishermen, in which that they need to be able to have the same access to resources. So my policy recommendation just essentially focuses on that.
Great. I've been talking, with you like around 5 or 10 minutes, but I definitely can tell that you are such an erudite. Are you?
You can say so.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we are moving to the second session, and we're going to have, a table topic question that I would like to ask to you, Nurul, since, this is going to be something that is so fun to discuss about. So I have like 3 questions here, and you have to choose one.
Okay.
So what number that you are going to pick? 1, 2, 3?
1.
1, okay. Tough question. What does happiness mean to you?
Oh man, we're going philosophical. Happiness for me is when I feel content. It's when I feel that I have done enough for me and also for everyone around me. It doesn't have a specific criteria that needs to be fulfilled, but anytime I feel content, anytime I feel that I've done my best, for me, that is happiness.
Wow. Okay. I think that I should, talk to you outside the studio about life, since I do have like problems about life. Okay, so this is like the last session that we have in our virtual episode of Interviewed by Rahadian. So I do have like this or that session, so I will give you like 2 options, and you have to choose between one of them. Okay. So first thing, okay, being the president of Indonesia or being the co-host of Interviewed by Rahadian?
Co-host of Interviewed by Rahadian, because that would grant me the position of president in no time.
Okay. Last but not least, I have this one. Okay, being the women activist, okay, or being my wife in the future?
I don't have marriage in the picture for me yet, so I would have to say being a woman activist for now. Circle back to me.
Okay, we can talk about it later. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Miss Nurul Zamzam. It's glad to have you in our first virtual episode of Interviewed by Rahadian.
Thank you.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can definitely watch this program again next week on Sunday morning with me, Rahadian Dodi, live from my home sweet home. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely Sunday, and signing out.
Right, that was really overwhelmingly cool from Rahadian TV, yeah. And I am amused that Miss Nurul Zamzami is interviewed by a desert crocodile, yeah. Right, that was just a joke. So thank you, Rahadian, for giving me a very pleasure time and a very amusing interview, yeah. Thank you. And now we shall move to the next participant, to Rahadian. You may stay in the Zoom room and make sure that your microphone muted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, hello, Jaza. Would you please turn on your camera?
Hi.
Hi, congratulations for making it to the final round. Now you will be expected to perform within a maximum of 15 minutes, and the timekeeper will start the time once you start your performance. Throughout your performance, the timekeeper will remind you regarding the time on minute 7, minute 14, and minute 15. So you may start your social session, and good luck.
Okay. Hi. Welcome back to the most awaited talk show in this beautiful Sunday, which is the Not Too Late Show with me, Jazad. So today, in this beautiful Sunday, I'm here to accompany you on your weekend. And as we already knew that, we always have the most amazing guest star, and just like our guest star for today, which is have a bunch of achievement, and of course she is really pretty, and you know what, she just got some outstanding achievement this year, which is so amazing. And all right, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our special guest for today, Nurul Zamzami.
Hello, Jessica. How are you?
Hello,
Thank you so much for
I'm
inviting me.
fine. Thank you so much for asking. And how are you
I'm
doing?
doing really well. I hope you do as well, and I hope everyone here is also doing well.
Okay, what a nice words. And before that, I want to compliment you today because, oh my God, you look so beautiful and awesome.
Thank you so much.
I like your
So do you.
dimples.
Thank you.
They're so cute. And by the way, I want to inform you that we will have a little Q&A at the end of our talk show, which we already post the question box on our Instagram. So, are you ready for that?
More than ready. I'm excited.
Okay. But what are you up to lately, like these days?
Lately, I've just been enjoying my summer break because college is starting soon next week. So I've just been talking a lot to my friends, catching up with them. I'm doing a lot of movies marathon as well because I'm not going to be able to have that for another semester. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay, after maybe last semester, you have a bunch of activities. So today, right now, you're having a summer break, which is you can relax. Like as you said before, you having movie marathon. And what movie are you up to these days?
Oh my God. There's this TV series. It's a Korean one. You need to stop me because I can go on and on. But it's titled Beyond Evil. It's really great. It's about a murder, and it's a classic whodunit, but it's done so beautifully. The writer and the director are both women, and you can just see how well they put the stories together. I finished it several days ago, and I'm still thinking about it until
so
now.
You're still can get over it, right? I also like the Korean series enthusiast. Also, I'm thinking to watch Nevertheless, later maybe. I want to see Nabi.
I haven't seen it though.
Okay. But Nurul, I saw that on your CV that you are the most outstanding student of Socials and Humanities Studies University Indonesia 2021. And isn't it your first time being the most outstanding student?
That is my first time, and it will be my only time because I can't try out for it next year. So yeah, it's been great. It's been amazing.
So how was your feeling at that time?
I didn't really expect it. When I signed up for the most outstanding student for my faculty, it was kind of easier because I was just carrying my name, which is to say that I was responsible for anyone else but me. And my expectation at the time was just that I don't want to end up last place. That was really just my goal. And so I did my best, and thankfully I earned the most outstanding student of my faculty. It got a lot tougher after I became the first most outstanding student in my faculty, because then I have to represent it in the university scale, and it's no longer about me anymore. It's about the faculty. And yeah, it was tough because there were expectations. There still are, because I'm still on duty until the next most outstanding student is selected next year. So it was tough, but it's a
Okay, so it's you have a little bit more burden when it comes to in university scale. And but do you really just randomly oh, I want to join the most outstanding student, or do you already prepare it for since you were a freshman student?
It was pretty random because going in, I am the first law student, more so the first person to attend University of Indonesia in my family. So I really don't know much about the things that you could do in college when I entered law school, so I really didn't have this goal. It was just that when the registration came up, I was surprised to find out that I qualified to apply. So I did, just to make sure that I don't have any more curiosity in the future. Luckily enough, I've had enough awards under my belt, but that wasn't because I wanted to win MAPRES, as we call it here. That was because simply because I just like joining competitions and winning them. So it kind of worked out, but it was never my goal.
Okay, so it's like, let's say at least you already tried it, like no matter what is the result, but at least you already like you that which not gonna like make you like curious, like maybe or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. But as we all knew, we have been in this pandemic situations for like 2 years. And do you ever feel like burnt out when doing like all of the things that you done, like you are doing right now? Like, we cannot go to out for having like a short escape from the reality, and because we're still in the pandemic. So do you ever feel like burnt out?
Oh, I certainly have. It happens quite often. Not to mention that, for example, in my mediation competition, the preparation lasted for 2 months, and after we were done with classes, which was in late June, my team and I immediately focused our preparation on the mediation competition, and that usually took 14 hours a day. So from June to like July, every day I practiced from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And that's just the kind of schedule I am used to. And it makes sense if I burn out here and there. So I just make sure that I take breaks, when I don't feel like doing it, I just, tap out for a little bit and then come back stronger. So it's normal, but you need to have mechanisms to counter it.
Okay. So what is your like mechanism to like to cover it?
First of all, I make sure that everyone knows that I'm taking a break. It's usually just like a day. And in that one day, I first of all get enough sleep. Secondly, I make sure that I eat well. Our mental health lies so much in our physical well-being as well. So, eating well, sleeping well, they're really important for me. And I just talk to my friends about anything unrelated to my work or my competition or, my academic career. So it's really simple, but I find that it really helps, strengthens me.
All right, but maybe like our viewers right here who's watching us like today are experiencing the same thing, like burnout. Do you have like some good words for them just to like make them like more motivated to do like their activities?
Certainly. Well, first of all, before you get to burning out, what you need to ensure is to analyze yourself. You need, and also your workload. There are things and there are sufferings, as I would say it, that are necessary. For example, my sufferings, in my opinion, were necessary because that was what it take for me to win an award. But in life, there will be sufferings that are unnecessary as well, in which that, you're just working too hard and it's not worth it. And so the only way you can find out about it is by knowing yourself and by having a clear vision of what you're trying to achieve. So in order not to burn out, the first thing you need to do is to make sure that you're not doing activities that are not helpful or useful for you. So really, my first step really is just to make sure that you balance your workload, first of all, so it never has to happen. And then when you do burn out, make sure that, you sleep well and you eat well.
Like those two things is the most important thing when everything happened. Like when you're sad, when you're happy, like get enough sleep, get enough food, like that is the best medicine.
Definitely.
All right, what a nice words. Maybe viewers, you can listen to what just Nurul just said, and which is so Beautiful. And but by the way, we already talked about your achievement and the things that you're up to like lately, but is there anything like activities or plan that you want to do like in the future?
There's a lot of things I want to actually try out working in an NGO. I'm doing that right now because I signed up for ICEL. It's the Indonesian Center for Environmental Law. My studies focus is in environment law, and so that's what I'm excited to do in the near future. In long term, who knows? My plan really is just to finish my thesis so that I can just get out of this faculty. And afterwards, I'm really open for anything. Maybe I'll try newscasting. This seems fun.
Who knows? Like maybe we're gonna meet in the future. Like you're gonna be my competitor or something like that.
Oh, I hope not. I don't want to face you.
All right, but there's one more thing that I saw that on your CV that you joined a girl university in Indonesia, which is runs in feminism, women empowerment, which is really up like these days. And in my opinion, that is really, really cool, like period, like, you know. So what is your best moment when joining the organizations, or is there any like something that you can learn when joining that?
Oh, there are so many great moments. It's not the big things really. It's just the feeling of meeting like-minded people who really are genuine in pushing for a cause that we all care for. What I really like about the feminist activities that I've been participating in is that you can truly tell that these people are genuine, that these people sincerely want the best for everyone, because feminism isn't only about women, but for everyone as well. So it's just it really nourishes my soul to be around these people, especially when you're exposed to so many horrible news about humanity and about the earth in general. It helps to have this community. So really the best moment truly is when I gathered with them and when we had discussions about things that matter to us and the community.
Oh my god, that is so cool. Like I cannot envy you. Okay,
You should try it out.
okay, I'm gonna try it out later. But by the way, as I say before, we're gonna have like a little Q&A on our Instagram. Like, so there are some questions that already got into our Instagram. Let's just read it. Like the first one is from Reza Afif. So he asked that what is the most favorite place in University Indonesia? Like maybe like a place that you usually go to hang out when there is no pandemic in this world. Okay, is there any place?
It's the first sure, hands down, the it's Perpustakaan, and I go there sometimes to study, but most of the time just to hang out with my friends because they've got food stalls there and it's air conditioned, so it's always cool there. When you go there during lunch times, it's great because it's really bright.
Oh, so you must be really miss that place, isn't it?
I really do.
Okay, so let's just move it on to maybe like the second questions and also the last questions. So we just celebrate an Independence Day like a few days ago. And do you have like any special words to Indonesians youth?
For the Indonesian youth, you have more power than you think you do. Start paying and make sure that you educate yourself on that. That is how truly you can start contributing by being a knowledgeable citizen of the country. That's what I would say.
Okay, that is so simple but really meaningful. So viewers, that is all our talk show for today, which is so amazing, and being close with Nurul's amazing words for Indonesian youth. So this is the end of our talk shows, but don't worry because we'll meet again on the next week, but obviously with another amazing guest star. So see you and bye-bye. Thank you so much, Nurul, for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Goodbye.
Good luck for your life.
Okay, thank you, Jaza. You have performed your talk show session for 14 minutes and 53 seconds. That was an interesting talk show session you have between you and Miss Nurul Zamzami. So now you may stay in the Zoom room to watch other participant performance with your microphone muted. So thank you, Jaza. May the best result you receive.
Thank you, Acha.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, now we can see we have Rizka Fadila from Universitas Brawijaya shown as the third participant for the final round. Halo Rizka, wah, from Arek Malang ya.
Yes.
Nah, semangat Arema begitu, like that ya. Alright, welcome to the final round ya, Rizka. You will now be expected to perform within a maximum of 15 minutes ya. The timekeeper will start the time once you start your oral. There will be no any share screen ya, so that just start your oral. Throughout the performance, the timekeeper will remind you regarding the time on minute 7, minute 14, and minute 15. If you fail to meet the 15-minute mark, then the committee will arbitrarily stop the time given so that you can continue your performance, yeah. So Rizka, the floor is currently yours. I wish you have a good luck today and semangat.
Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen in the studio and viewers. Welcome back to Brawijaya Say Hello, connecting people, reach out the space. Education is an important issue in one's life. It is the key to success in the future and to have many opportunities in our life. It illuminates a person's mind and thinking. It helps students to plan for work, to pursue a higher dream. Having education in certain areas, of course, help people think, feel, and behave in a way that contributes to their success. And of course, improves not only the personal satisfaction, but also to their community. Therefore, on this beautiful day, Brawijaya Say Hello will lead you to have some beneficial talk together with a hardworking and persistent, and of course, a gorgeous woman with lots of talents and roles who is already connecting with us right now. So I am beyond proud to introduce you to Miss Nurul Zamzami. Well, hello, Miss Nurul. It's really nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm good. I hope everyone's doing well as well. Thank you so much for inviting me, Rizka.
It's my honor to invite you. And I am happy that you are in a good mood, in a good condition right now, because we will talk about so many things later on, so it can be better. But first thing first, I would like to thank you for squeezing in your hectic schedule to spend your time together with us today. Thank you for joining us. It's so sad actually that we can meet in person, but still, I am so excited to listen to your story for this screen. And anyways, you look amazing and gorgeous. I like your dress.
As do you. Thank you so much. I'm excited to share my story here as well. So, Rizka, maybe there are more questions or anything. I'm just glad to answer them today.
You're so kind, Miss Nurul. I heard that this day you have been focusing on your daily life, but as we know, life been hard this time because of the pandemic. And I am sure that this pandemic has also affected some parts of your life. So first of all, could you please tell me and the viewers about how you can deal with this current condition?
you know, I'm sure that the pandemic affects people differently. For me, I've been lucky to still be healthy to this day, and that the pandemic has really only affected me from the fact that I have offline classes and that now they have changed to online ones. So, what I would like to state is that I am really one of the lucky ones, and I would like to extend, my commiserations towards our people who are not so lucky. To answer your question on how I've been dealing with it, I try my best always, but I don't know if you would call it the best, because there are days when, I just really cannot always function. So in those days, what I do is to take a break. It's the one thing I've learned as I get older, which is that taking breaks can be productive as well. And I make sure that everyone involved with me know that I'm taking a break, and I make sure that they know exactly for how long, so that they can cover for me or that I can make it up sometime. So what really helps me has been a supportive system around me. My friends and my family know what I'm going through, and they always are ready to help. So really, the way I deal with the hard times is just to be around the people who support me and to ask for help when I need it.
That's really beautiful. That's really well done. You did a great move, really. But so COVID-19 is not the reason to stop, right? Well, I think that's enough about the pandemic, because I'm really fed up with it. Now I'll move to the amazing history that you have created. Miss Nurul, hearing your history here and there, I just know that you are so amazing. Because before you are working at Pin Home as their legal intern, I heard that you've been mastering some awesome skills, like you got the title of the most outstanding students of social and humanities studies at University of Indonesia, and you are also become the best English speakers at that time, and also as the awardee of CSEA undergraduate at the same year. That is so dope. I think I am really big fan of you. I think you're just superior. Well, now, of course, we should talk about your story on achieving them. Please tell us some story, like the bittersweet, maybe, on getting all of your achievements.
Um, you know, as a person, I'm just a competitive one, which is that I feel my best when I'm competing, and I draw gratification from has been rewarded with a concrete award. It's literally physical. So that's just the kind of person I am. I've been doing competitions since I was in elementary school. If I can remember, I've been doing speech competitions. So really, for me, all my achievements, of course, it helps enrich my CV, and it also sharpens my skill. But truly, the reason why I keep doing it is because I feel a lot of enjoyment from it. So what I would, recommend for everyone to start doing is to find activities that they are happy in doing. In life, there are so many things that you have to do that you don't really feel like doing. It's just adulthood for me is just showing up to meetings that you don't feel like attending sometimes, or doing house chores that needs to be done. So it's really important to, when you're able to, you need to pick things that make you happy. So I know that I joined a lot of MUN competitions, and I joined a mediation competition as well, but you don't have to follow that to, quote unquote, succeed, because I don't think I'm successful yet. But you can always try out different things that you feel like doing and you think can make you happy. It could be debate, it could be sports, it could be arts, it could be literature, anything. So the key really is to pick things that make you happy, because for me, I thrive when I'm happy. So there's
Well,
that.
that's really a beautiful part of life. Joining a competition since schools, that is when I just eating my lollipop, but you made it now. Look, you are here finally in this show, so it reveals how far you've come through, right? And of course, there's always a hard time anywhere and anytime to achieving what we want to do, but that is not the reason to quit. That's it, viewers. For those of you who want to be a prestigious woman like Miss Nurul right here, maybe you want to apply for some scholarship too, keep that in your mind, okay? All right, Ms. Nurul, talking about the hard work you've paid on your work journey, I also noticed that you enjoy working in group because you have so many experience in your organization as well. I heard that you had joined Hope Help, that's a really famous one, and Girl Group, and of World of Education in University of Indonesia. So I came to the conclusion that besides focusing on your career and your study, you also enjoy working and getting involved in a community and group work. So today, I want you to just simply tell us what actually this work in group experience gonna do in our job field later on. Please tell us about that.
Certainly. Well, my interest in community, in helping everyone is really based on my understanding and my awareness that I got to where I am right now, not only because of my hard work, but because of everyone around me. My mom has always been the biggest support, and everyone, there have been figures around me who make sure that I get the best. So I want to be that person for certain people. Maybe, I'm not delusional enough to think that I can change people's life, but I want to make sure that perhaps in small pockets of their life, I can help make it easier for these people, which is why for the World of Education, it's not an organization, it's a project. So what we did was that we helped these kids in Rawamangun. It's an area in Jakarta to learn English and also to learn math, because those are the two things that they struggle the most in school. So there's that. It was only for like several weeks, and I wish we had more time to do it, but there was an improvement and I felt happy about it. So likewise, that's the same thing I did with Girl Up and also with Hope Helps. The goal really is to make sure that I am doing my best to help everyone for the cause that I care about, especially in Hope Helps, because it focuses on the advocacy of sexual abuse or sexual assault survivors. And that just fits nicely on my interest as a law student and also my capabilities. So it's been tough because the stories you hear, they really break your heart. But I also feel better because I'm actively doing something to help them. So there's that.
Oh, that's a really beautiful path. And that's a great point to accept. I couldn't agree more. Helping right here and there, that's so beautiful. And that's also exactly how I feel. I think it's still important for us to collect some of them for a better future, or like just for our experience, because that will not be something useless anyway. And Miss Nurul, now I will be directly jump to your achievement that makes our team actually very, very interested to invite you to come to our show. You have achieved a bunch of achievement. You once made the best delegate in London Independent MU, and also as the first runner-up of Best Meditation Plan. And I heard that you achieved another scholarship again. That is the Canadian Lugar Youth, if I'm not mistaken. And that's just so dope. So maybe you can tell us, like, how does it feel to receive all of them?
I'm just glad, for sure. Especially for the award that I received, Kennedy Lugar Youth Exchange and Study. It's a scholarship I gained when I was still in high school, actually. So essentially, the U.S. Department of State will pick several students in several countries to live there. So I actually got to live in the States for a year when I was in high school because of this scholarship, and it was life-changing. I think it really shifted my mindset as a person, makes me more open. And so yeah, I'm just really happy and also really grateful, because I am under no illusion that I wouldn't achieve these things without the help of my coach, of my teammate, of my mom, and my family. So it's gratitude and happiness.
Of course, if I were you, I would be proud too. And now I can know why you are becoming the most outstanding students at that time. Well, anyways, let's move on. All right, Ms. Nurul, before we have our conversation today, actually, our team has already collected some questions from our social media. Since we announced that you will be our guest today, there is lots of questions, but we have choose some of them. And the question is just about random things for you to just have some fun to close our wonderful time today. Is that okay?
Of course, more than okay.
Okay, great then. The first question is from at Nathaniel Jordan. He said that what movie have you watched lately?
A movie specifically. The last movie I saw was Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. It's by the director Park Chan-wook. It's complex. It's a complex one. So I would recommend that you watch it.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet, but I think I have to watch it too. And the next one is from Nathaniel Jordan. He asked, if you had one day that you could do absolutely anything that you wanted, what would you do?
Anything I wanted. Honestly, I would just fly to New York, sit at the Central Park with a good book, and then fly back home. That's it.
That actually sounds amazing, for real. Well, Mr. Nurul, unfortunately, we've come to the end of this show, but I must say that this is the actual dream come true to have some chit chat with a very passionate person like you. All right, thank you very much for teaching us dozens of lessons and answering our curiosities today. I surely hope that you will be our guest again soon. Once again, thank you very much for joining to Broadway Say Hello. We hope you always happy, healthy, and always shining as usual. Well, viewers, that is all our conversation with Ms. Nurul Zamzami, and I need to remind you that without hard work, nothing grows but seeds. Well, I'll be back tomorrow with another special guest tomorrow. If you missed our earlier conversation, you can go check our website or our YouTube right here at Broadway Say Hello. Thank you for watching. Don't forget your mask. Stay safe, stay connecting people, reach out the space.
Right, thank you for your very best performance, Rizka Fadila. I think I'm considering to check the Halo Brawijaya 2 lah after this. So that you have performed.
By the way.
Yeah, that was very interesting. I'm thinking about visiting your website. So you have performed for 14 minutes and 4 seconds. Thank you for your performance once again. And we shall move to the next participant. Thank you.
Okay, hello, Hashika.
Hi, girl.
Congratulations for making it to the final round. So now you will be expected to perform within a maximum of 15 minutes. The timekeeper will start the time once you start the performance, and throughout your performance, the timekeeper will remind you regarding the time on minute 7, minute 14, and minute 15. So you may start your talk show session now.
All right, thank you. Hello, my beloved audience. So welcome back with me. And no. How about your current feelings right now? I want to ask. We are in the pandemic situation right now, yes. So I think you must be a very great condition right now. Okay. Yeah, because I'm healthy, so I hope you are also healthy. Yeah. All right. So before that, I wanna thank you because you show my talk show. It's really an honor for me. Thank you so much. But still, we will have a very great guest star today because we will have a very extraordinary topic, extraordinary guest, and of course, extraordinary host like me. Thank you, yeah. You're so welcome to Extraordinary Talk Show, more than just ordinary. All right, so I think you are just guessing who is the extraordinary guest star today. So she is the most outstanding law faculty of University of Indonesia. Ooh, it's really great. But still, you still guessing who is she? She is a she or he. Of course, she is a she. And after that,
we will know that she is the awardee of CEA Undergraduate of Scholarship of KLES program. Wow, it's really great. So in this pandemic situation, although we are in a very great crisis like now, there are a lot of people, the young generation, that's trying to improve their self in this disability. All right, so without any further ado, please welcome Miss Nurul Zamzami.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Miss Nurul. Oh my God, you look so pretty.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. But after that, Miss Nurul, before we talk more about our talk show today, so I wanted to tell you, audience here, you can send your question to our direct message. So we will choose maybe 2 questions to be talked to this talk show to Miss Nurul. Okay. All right. So hi, Miss Nurul. How do you do?
I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you're doing well as well, along with our viewers here. I hope everyone's staying healthy during the pandemic.
Yeah. Of course, I hope you will have a very great condition. You are very fresh and energetic. I know. But we still, again, we want to ask, what is your current activities right now, Miss?
My current activity really is just recharging myself. I'm getting ready to have my next semester, fingers crossed, possibly the last. But so I've been making the best out of the summer break. I hang out with my friends online. We watch a lot of movies and TV series. It's been great.
So it's really a me time for you who are going, who have been a most outstanding student for University of Indonesia. So I wanna ask, what is your child dream before, Miss? Because I think you are being a very great person right now. So yeah.
My childhood dream, when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an architect. But as I grew older, I realized I can neither draw or do math well. So I just study law, but I still have a lot of interest in interior design up until now. But that was a childhood dream of mine, to be an architect.
Okay, so why you choose low faculty before of that architecture? Because
well, when I was still in high school, that was when I decided to study law. It just felt sensible to me because not only that it is a flexible or a versatile degree to attain, because then you can work in several sectors. It's also sensible to me because I think it's important as a citizen to have an understanding of law, not only for myself, but also for everyone around me. I had hopes that I could perhaps, make the government a better one. But, it's a long way to get there, and it's definitely a big dream. So it's still there, but, practically, really, I study law really just so that, I have more skill sets that I could offer in order to have a good career.
All right, that's really great of you. So you really study law for your better future for this government. Wow, that's really a big dream. I hope that your dreams will become true someday, of course. But I talking to about law faculty, you are being the most outstanding student, like I said before. Then how about the process you can be stepping to that point, please?
The process was pretty tough. That's because when I did the selection, it was really to be done in around 2 weeks, and on top of that, the selection is not my only priority. At that time, I had classes as well, which were all demanding, and I also had my internship. On top of that, I was also preparing for a competition, so it was a lot of juggling, which was, in my opinion, what made it really tough. But ultimately, I just pulled through because I wanted to see the end line. My goal really was just to not finish last place. So I did my best, but luckily I ended up being first place. So it is a tough process that, in my opinion, is definitely rewarding.
All right, so this really a tough time, yeah, that time, but you can pass it well. Then how can you just said like you have a lot of activities before, like yeah, your CV, I see your CV, that's really great. A lot of things there. But how can you manage your time to do that kind of things?
Well, two things. It's planning and teamwork. So planning is important, of course, so that I know exactly when things are going to happen and the things I need to do to prepare them. So that's where planning comes in handy. Teamwork becomes necessary because when I will have to be unavailable for a certain period of time, or when I needed to focus on certain things, I made sure to delegate my task to different teammates so that they can cover for me, and I do the same for them as well when they're unavailable. So really, it's anything I've achieved, it's not only me, it's also the people around me who have been very generous to help pick me up. So there's that.
So the team management team, yeah, right. It's really helped us to time management. So that's audience, you have to note that point. Okay, you have a very great time management. All right. Then again, I wanna ask you maybe about you have some career in the mediation. I think mediation diplomacy, and why you choose that kind of field, because law is very wide in you.
Um, I feel that mediation is a very interesting, dispute resolution. In essence, it is called an alternative dispute resolution because generally, what people understand usually is that when you have a dispute or when you have an issue with another party, you go to court. But actually, it doesn't have to extend that far because, going to court is expensive and it's really rigid, it's uncomfortable, and most likely parties after going to court will not have a good relationship anymore, which is understandable. But with mediation, you can have the best of both worlds, in which that you can solve the problem that you have with the other party while still making sure that you get out of it being friends still. So it's mediation focuses not only on the legal aspect but also the humane approach to it. So I learned how to negotiate, how to read the room, how to be diplomatic in presenting and defending my interests while still meeting them halfway. So it's really complex, and it's something that I find really great in helping me, sharpen my skills. So that's why I chose to do mediation. It's a really great one.
All right, it's really, yeah. I know another perspective from that. I just know that diplomacy is like that. Thank you for your information. But after that, I want to ask, what is your best experience while doing a diplomatic?
While doing diplomacy,
I
well,
see.
diplomacy is a while doing diplomacy, it's something that it's a topic, it's an aspect that exists both in Model UN, a competition that I often do as well as mediation. But I feel that it's the most apparent in mediation because it's only the two of you, which is your party versus the other one. So, diplomacy really gets to work when you need to find a solution. So after you address all the problems, and then the question becomes, okay, what do we do about it? And diplomacy plays an important part there because you need to solve the problem without offending the other party. So I definitely train my, my logic there and also my delivery in diplomacy.
Oh, that's really triggering me. So, but there's a lot of information that I got from you. Maybe we must take a break for the game session. So, do you ready to have a game with me? All right. So,
more than ready.
This is have you ever game? So you have to answer like, have you ever done it? Yes or no, like that. Yes, I know. Okay, so let's start. Have you ever taking a bus to campus?
Have I ever not taken a bath to campus? I think I have. I definitely have, yeah.
Is it an online session or offline session?
Online for sure. I just show up to class just wearing, a house dress. Very lucky that I'm dressed at all, but definitely offline as well. Must be one of those days, exam days, when I just like pulled an all-nighter. Yeah, that's definitely a big one.
So you were the most outstanding student as have ever not taking a bath for campus. Oh, that's okay. That's totally okay. But then, have you ever cried of having a bad score?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Not in recent times, but I think when I was in like middle school, I think.
All right. Then again, one last question. Have you ever got one clap off because you are so beautiful? I think there are a lot of men that really a cue for you.
Sorry, I don't think I heard you correctly. Have I ever what?
Clap love. One clap love. Like.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think I have. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the games. But after this, we still have one that I said before from the direct message. So we have picked 2 questions, and this is from It's Not Funny. And this question is, what is 3 fun facts about you that people may don't know?
Fun facts. When I watch YouTube, I play it at 1.75 times speed, and I turn the caption on, and I just read the caption. I don't listen to the person. Another thing, second fact, is that I don't like sariwangi tea. I just think it's watered down tea. Third, I can read the blessings over bread in Yiddish, because my host family, when I was in the States, they're Jewish, so I can do that.
Right, that's really great of you. But I'm sorry, because we still have a lack of time, so we have to cut it into one question also. So maybe for the last question is, what things that what you want to say to your generation out there?
Have a lot of fun. It's important to focus on your future, but ultimately, don't postpone your happiness for your career. Be happy now, because you really don't know what the future holds. It's not granted. So make sure you have fun now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rizami. Thank you for coming to my talk show. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all of our talk show with our extraordinary guest star, Miss Nurul. So please watch our talk show next week with the extraordinary show that will happen on Tuesday, 7 p.m. All right, that's all about today. Thank you, Mr. Zamzami. So please, if I said extraordinary talk show, you have to say more than just ordinary. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hashika. You have performed your talk show session for 14 minutes and 50 seconds. That was a very interesting talk show you have back there. So you may stay in the Zoom room to watch the last participant performance with your microphone muted. Thank you, Hashika, and may the best result. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the ALSA E-Comp 2021 was very, very fun, very variative, right? Like we have participant from Brawijaya, from Lampung, and now we have the latest participant here. She is from Unila. Yeah, we have Diajeng Fitri Wei or Diajeng. So, hello, Diajeng. How is your feeling by having yourself to be moving on to the final round?
Okay. Hi, Vardy. I'm so happy and excited to be the finalist of ALSA 2021.
Ah, either for me too. It is very exciting to me to have you, all of guys, you here. So, welcome to the final round. Ajeng, if I don't get wrong to have your uh, name, yeah, Ajeng. We call
That's
you
right.
Ajeng. So in
Yeah.
this final round, you will have 15 minutes of interviewing Miss Nurul. The committee will start the interview once you start your very oral so that we don't have any share screen here now. And the timekeeper will remind you on minute 7, minute 14, and minute 15. If you fail to meet the 15-minute marks, then we will unilaterally stop the performance and you will not able to continue your performance. Yeah, so use your time wisely. I bet that you have prepared very well, so I present you to the final round. The floor is yours.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your favorite morning talk show in the morning tea with the Ajang Fitri. So I hope you guys are doing good, well, fine, and healthy wherever you are. Even though right now we are still dealing with this pandemic. Okay, so today, as usual, we're going to have a chill, fun, but deep conversation with our guest star today. She's really in line with our theme for today, which is making the most of your college time, becoming the most outstanding student. So, are you guys curious about who she is? Well, I'm gonna give you guys 1, 2, or 3 clues about her first. So the first clue is that she is one of the talented students in University of Indonesia. Okay, it's still a common and general clue. She is the most outstanding student of social and humanity study in University of Indonesia 2021. Well, I guess some of you already know who she is, right? But I'm gonna give you another clue. The last clue is she is the director of advocacy in Hope Helps University of Indonesia 2021. Well, I bet every one of you already know who she is. So without any further ado, let's welcome her, Nurul Zamzami.
Hello
Hi.
everyone. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Nurul, for coming today. How are you, Nurul?
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great too, as our viewers here.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I'm so glad and I'm so excited to meet you here. Because I already see your fabulous profile, I want to talk a lot with you and I want to learn a lot from you about you today. Okay,
Sure.
so Nurul, usually in my talk show, I'm gonna have a photo sessions before we go to the main event. I'm gonna take a picture of us here, and then I'm
Of
gonna
course.
upload it in my Instagram and open up a questions box. So for everyone who wants to ask you some question, they just drop it there. Is that okay with you?
Of course. Let's go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna take a picture of us too. I want to see some smiles. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Done. Thank you, Nurul. Such a gorgeous smile.
Thank you. So are yours.
Thank you so much. So, Nurul, what are you doing lately?
Just chilling, really. College starts soon. Hopefully my last semester in the university. So I've been hanging out with my friends online. We just, watch movies together. We're just gossiping. I'm just taking a full break after my last competition.
Oh yeah, your last competition. What is that?
It was a mediation one. It's AIMC, ALSA International Mediation Competition. It was held in late July, and it was done. We were happy to bring home an award. and I'm just taking my well-deserved break.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations, Nurul.
Thank you.
Okay, so Nurul, I see that you are the most outstanding student of Social and Humanities University of Indonesia 2021. That's a great and prestigious accomplishment. You got that, girl. So, could you tell us how is your preparation to be the one?
My preparation, well, first of all, when I joined the selection for the most outstanding student in my faculty, it was in it was quite an impulsive one. It's not something that I had been planning since I was a freshman. You know, it was just one day. The faculty opened the registration, and I took a look, and I was like, "Oh, I actually qualified to sign up for it," and so I did. I just signed up, and I wasn't really thinking a lot about it. But then because there was a selection where there will be people who wouldn't pass, and I really thought like I probably wouldn't pass anyway, but I did. So that was when I was like, oh, okay, like it was getting serious after the interview and after the presentation of your achievements. We were supposed to present our scientific paper both in English and in Indonesian. So that was when I started to, even if I started to think that even if it wasn't my goal, it is important to me to finish it and to still do my best, because I didn't want to end up last place. So I just needed to see it until the end. So luckily, I'm thankful that my hard work was rewarded. Unexpectedly, I won first place. So it was great all around. It was quite tiring, but it was great.
That was quite a story. You didn't even plan it at first, right? But you got the biggest achievement from that award. Well, that's really great, Nurul. And you do not only get the most outstanding award, but you also got something like best English, your paper.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was in the next stage. So after you win the most outstanding of your faculty, then you're going to compete in the university level, right? So during the university level, I won the most outstanding for the social and humanities branch, and also best English.
that's great. Actually, I joined the most outstanding student kind of thing too in my university, but I didn't even pass the faculty level. But
They missed out. They really missed out on you.
that's okay. That's completely okay because the best got the best, right? So
For sure.
yeah. Okay. So Nurul, I am curious with all your achievement or accomplishment, what do you want to do after your graduation? Do you want to pursue your career as soon as possible, or do you want to maybe continue your education in master?
Well, first of all, did my mom tell you to ask me this? Because this is the only thing my mom's been asking. What are you going to do in the future? Well, the big thing in the near future is to graduate. I'm working on my thesis next semester, starting next semester. Just want to be done with law school for the time being. So that's one. Afterwards, who knows? I'm really open for anything. But after my last mediation competition, I found that not only that I enjoyed it, I found that I have a knack for it as well. So I think that's something that I might want to pursue, alternative dispute resolution, especially because I focus in environmental law. And that's something that can work out well, in my opinion, if I can, balance the both of it. But I'm open for anything.
Well, we open with anything, right? So we never know what is gonna happen in the future.
Mhm.
You just go with the flow.
Yeah.
But I hope that everything that you will take in the future will be the best choice that you will take, Nurul, because you can do anything. Like you didn't expectedly join the most outstanding student award, but it turns out that you are the winner. But I think that you will do your best too in your future goals.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Okay. So Nurul, after all the talk about the most outstanding student, it's quite
a lot for me. How about some game? Do you like games?
I do like games.
Okay,
Do you have
so
some?
it's called true or false game.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's called true or false game. So you know what to do, right?
Okay, I do.
Okay, so the first is that true or false that you are more like an introverted person than an extroverted person?
That's true. I am extroverted when I need to be, for example, in competitions, but otherwise, I'm generally quiet.
So you like to be in your home with your laptop, with your phone, lying on your bed with your cats maybe or your pets. That's
For
so much
example,
like me, Nurul. I'm quite like you. I really love to be in my room all day.
it's the best.
Yes. So another questions for you, Nurul. Is it true or false that you choose brain more than beauty?
False. I think you can have both. People in my law faculty, all the amazing women in my faculty have proven you can have both, definitely. Brain, beauty, attitude, anything.
Yeah, brain, beauty, and behavior. 3B, right? I agree with you, indeed. So, Noodle, do you remember the questions box that I opened in my Instagram a few minutes ago? And then I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna open it right now to see are there any questions for you. Well, that's a lot of questions for you, Noodle, coming from Fatin Deye. She asked you, how do you handle and manage your time?
Um,
It's a tough,
my
tough
best.
question.
I do my best. Yeah, it's hard. Generally, I try to not have too many workload. First of all, there are so many offers that I get, and it's important for me to say no sometimes. That's a big thing I learned as I get older. You need to say no sometimes. So that's one. Time management, the most important thing is that make sure that you're not doing too many things at once. Second, I just have, a list of the things that I need to do and the deadline. So and then I cross it out one by one. So it's really simple, I think. And so far I've got things done.
Well, that's good. I learned about that from you because sometimes I join some competitions, some activities, but sometimes I get overwhelmed with all of the things that I
Yeah.
choose for myself.
Mhm.
So maybe by doing what you do, I think I can push that overwhelming feeling in the future.
I'm sure you can.
Thank you so much, Nurul. Okay, well, Nurul, it's the last minute of our talk show today. Do you want to give some message or anything for all our viewers here? Maybe they want to become like you, the most outstanding student in University of Indonesia or something. Just take your time, Nurul, to say anything.
Well, if you're for every student here or for every viewer who is watching, if you're doing this already, I think you're doing a lot more than I did when I was in your position. So, what I would like to say is to always remember to have enough rest. In life, it's very easy for us to feel that we need to compete against each other, and that might be true in certain instances, but it's very important as well that you're taking enough rest. There's always more to life than being the most outstanding student. For example, I think it's more important for me to be the guest of your show. It's a lot more fun. So it's okay to take time for yourself and also to find the things that you like to do. Take life easy.
Well, that was wise words coming from you, Nurul. Thank you. I got so a little bit
You get
my heart.
goosebumps.
You're such a wise girl. Thank you, Nurul.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Nurul. That was such a really amazing talk. I had a great time. I hope that I learned a lot from you, and I hope that you had fun with me too today. Okay, so Nurul, I hope that everything that you
I
want.
did. I had so much fun.
I hope that everything that you want in the future will be happen and will be the best for you.
Okay, so guys,
Thank you. And I'm
everything
hoping
that I got from our guest star today is that I hope that every one of you can be Nurul Zamzami as you can have Nurul Zamzami as our role model because she is amazing. Well, that's all for our talk show today. I'm Diajeng Fitri and that was your morning tea. Thank you and see you in another episode of In the Morning Tea with Diajeng Fitri. Bye.
All right, thank you very much, Ajeng, for your extraordinary performance. Yeah, I bet not only Mbak Nurul who is very inspiring, but also the whole participant here is very inspiring me and Eta as the MC. Right, Eta?
Thank
Yes,
you.
you're right, Fardi.
All right, now that we are about to moving on to the next agenda, which we are going to hear, which we are going to know what our honorable judges verdict regarding to the participants who are making it to the final. To judges, we are going to flow the opportunity and we shall move to Miss Fani Imania for the first.
Thank you, Fardi. I have no idea why I was chosen to be first, but here I am. But first of all, congratulations to all the finalists, 5 finalists today. You all are great. Thank you for the participations. And I have to praise Nurul Zamzami's stamina also. She nailed all 5 interviewers. It must be exhausting, but wow, what a show. You did a great job too as the guest. Okay, I was making notes on how I read the resume of Nurul Zamzami, but I kind of thinking that none of the participants get on the feminist and gender related topics from the competitors' questions. No one of them that having this as the major topic in the interviews. Uh, Side notes for the future reference, when you do your research, find the guest specialization or more character. Some resumes show it and distinguish it from the other guests. Kalau ini lagi di perlombaan ke depan atau kalian berlima akan ikut perlombaan ke depan, ketika kalian ngambil specialization atau misalnya kayak topik yang lain dari yang lain atau topik yang sesuai dengan current situation, ini akan jadi major advantage. Okay, let's move to the each one of the finalists. Kita ke Rahadian dulu kalau gitu ya. Okay, Rahadian. First of all, hi. Try to not using unnecessary remarks like girl, lady, just noting a respectful gesture toward interviewee on guest on your show gitu. Make some respectful gestures on the guest, even though maybe she's as the same age as you. Kemudian, I love the question on how pandemic situation affecting her as the interviewer's personal goals. Jadi, kalau misalnya dari viewers' point of view, it can exhibit the relevance with the viewers or netizens in current situations. Kemudian, there's a difference of how you chose the types of questioning. At the beginning, when I felt that you were being controlled by your own nervousness, and it is very common, the questions were very long. But towards the end, when you're getting more comfy on your performance, the question is getting shorter. It was a straight to the point questions, and that is the key. There's some circumstances when you need a long questions, but usually interviews will have a bigger impact on wheedling the interviewer's personal opinion if you succeed at formulating straight to the point questionnaire. Terus yang terakhir ya, no personal questions that not related with the topic. Be careful because everything will be noticed by the viewers and netizens and likely be misinterpreted by viewers. Seperti Fadli tadi ngomong, apa tadi? Buaya darat apa sih bahasa Inggris ya? Land crocodile, something like that. Dan itu bahaya banget ke depannya. Kemudian kita ke Jaza ya. Jaza did draw I suggest that Jaza, in the near future, draw a clear track on what topic you want to have. After that, you can formulate the questions. Your interview was a little all over the place. The questions were all over the place. But then again, we genuinely hope that these inputs will help you to grow. And next, Jaza, you should try to use just unnecessary gestures for the interviews, especially relating to topics. And for the introduction, you should tell the interviewers what kind of topics and broad outline of the interview you want to do with the interviewees, gitu, the guests. Do the introduction for the interviewee's background. I mean, you can show to the viewers that we will have Nurul Zamzami as the guest today. She was specialized in blah 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 blah, and I'm going to ask her about blah 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 gitu regarding to her specialization. After that, I will give you tips. Find the gap on the interviewee's statement for a chance of broadening your next question. So if you want, if she tells you something and you find some kind of sesuatu yang menarik gitu dalam statement dia, itu kamu bebas untuk formulating next question dan tentunya akan mungkin bisa menggali lebih dalam interview tersebut akan jadi seperti apa gitu. Jadi dig deeper but with a questioning that still relate and respecting personal boundaries. Tapi lagi-lagi itu semuanya harus dibentuk dari clear topic di awal introduction. Kemudian Rizka, no need to further parsing on interviewees' attire. There's a thin line between respecting guests or genuinely admiring and mere good manners atau basa-basi. Dan viewers tidak, sepengalaman saya, not really keen on banyak basa-basi dalam sebuah interview. And do the clear statement on how your interviews will be, just like the former participants. You can use some kind of current backgrounds, problems that occur nowadays, and how the interviews should have an effect for that kind of problems. Again, sama seperti Jaza, find the gap on interview statement for a chance broadening for your next question. Misalnya kayak tadi, the interviewee told the story of her family. Dig deeper on it, but with the questioning that still relate and respecting the personal boundaries of the interviewees. Kemudian, tadi sempat sebenarnya Mbak Nurul ini already hooking us up on a very crucial and engaging topic regarding to the sexual harassment and violence advocacy that she have done. Too bad you didn't grab it, and broadening bikin itu menjadi kuesioner. Sangat disayangkan. Kemudian kita ke Hashika ya. Hashika, again sama seperti former participants, draw the clear topics in the introduction. Share the information of current issues and how your interview is going to relate on it. Kemudian, a host ini should put her or himself in the same position as the interviewees. There's a great chance kalau kamu accidentally giving yourself away by using over-the-top greetings or over-the-top fangirling, kamu bisa menjadi atau ada di submissive position, posisi yang lebih submissive, lebih rendah daripada guest kamu. Dan ini akan backfire ketika ada dua situasi. Ketika misalnya lawan bicara kamu ini adalah orang yang punya otoritas, authoritative figure, dia pasti tidak akan mau memberikan pernyataan atau jawaban yang kamu inginkan. Kalau misalnya lawan bicara kamu posisinya berada di bawah kamu, atau misalnya kayak posisinya misalnya rakyat atau warga biasa gitu, tapi kamu salah menempatkan diri, nah kamu dilihat dari viewers, you didn't give an empathy or enough empathy with the guest. Itu sih maksudnya, ada dua situasi yang bisa kamu alami kalau kamu salah menempatkan diri. Kemudian next, I love the miscellaneous quiz, dan aku juga nggak tahu kenapa ini semuanya 5 partisipan jangan apa gimana semuanya memberikan games dan quiz juga. I don't know what the quiz means. These kinds of things it could backfire, but in Hashika situation mungkin ada sebuah advantage tersendiri. Tapi hindari, please avoid really personal things, especially if you didn't do pre-interview with the guest. Oke, terakhir Diajeng. I will make it quick. Diajeng adalah salah satu one of the finalists that draw the clear line on the interview topic in the introduction. But while taking the pictures, you have a limited duration on your interview. Make it worthwhile. And I love on how you catch the guest statement and broaden the questions. That means you listen on what the guest says, and you were the one of the finalists that do the research of the guest background thoroughly. And slight lacking of why questions. Nurul Zamzami did give an inducement on how her passion and her plan after she graduated, but viewers will have some kind of connection if the viewers know on why she became that she is now and a reason why she wants to do it in the future. It is really give us the viewers a connection, relation, empathy, or even maybe jadi semacam apa ya? Viewers kan pasti selalu butuh sebuah koneksi, sebuah kedekatan dengan baik dengan host maupun dengan guest yang kita kita wawancara. Itu bisa menjadi major advantage kalau misalnya ke depannya akan ada baik itu kompetisi atau punya show tersendiri. Sekian dan terima kasih.
Okay, next maybe we can proceed to Judge Rita Nahda. Please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Echa. Thank you, Echa. Okay. All of you did well during the talk show, and I do enjoy the talk show. And Ibu Fani Imania sudah cover semuanya gitu ya. So I just add more feedback from my point of view. And alright, first of all, I would like to ini harus satu-satu atau can be general? Karena semuanya udah di cover sama Ibu Fani. Okay, the most important thing yang referring to Ibu Fani mentioned that the guest in the show is Nurul. It's not you, but Nurul. Yeah, that's what's missing during the talk show because Nurul is our guest, our honored guest. So the way the presenter introduced Nurul, the W and H about Nurul was missing during the talk show. So I was expecting that, this is Nurul. I am eager to hear the talk show because Nurul is our guest. I'm curious about Nurul. Okay, and I didn't find the guest, the big, what do you call the importance of having Nurul as a guest. All right, that's number one. And number two, the way you ask question, I do like the quiz, the short quiz. Yes, I do like the quiz, but some of you use the very sensitive questions, and I personally, I avoid those questions because the focus is Nurul. It's not you as a presenter or as an interviewer. But I do appreciate the way Ramadianti give genuine comment. I feel the genuine in your comments to Nurul, and I do appreciate your effort of giving the genuine comment, not just a comment, but it's a genuine comment. And the last one, I gave more credit when you are put your effort in the opening and closing. Some of you did a quite good closing, like Ramadianti and Hashika, but I do expect that you can give more focus, elaborate more on the closing. If you didn't do good opening, well, you can achieve on the interesting closing. And the other feedback that there are some phrases, languages, or words that that are commonly used in broadcasting, ya, Mbak Fani, ya. Some of you, some of you use the ordinary, regular. Yeah, I think you need to avoid those terms, those words or phrases or languages. Please try to use the commonly used terms in the broadcast, especially for talk show. Okay, and please avoid that. This is not what do you call it, like Ivan Gunawan or other talk show. This is this is a serious, because I do appreciate that we have Nurul for the guest star, not just like other talk show that that are currently viral. No, please avoid those style in having the talk show with a very important extraordinary person like Nurul. Okay, you keep saying extraordinary, but you don't show how you appreciate the extraordinary, being the extraordinary of Nurul during the talk show. But overall, I do appreciate your effort. I hope you can be much better in your future, if it is your aim to be, or your wannabe to be like Ibu Fani Imania in the future. Okay, congratulations to you all. Thank you. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Judge Rita Nahda, for your insightful feedback. Now we proceed to Judge Jut Hasna. The floor is yours.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Pretty much everything has already been told by the previous judges, but I really want to give a hand of applause to Miss Nurul Zamzami for being our guest for today, as she, what should I say? She gives us this energy nonstop for like an hour. Everyone, each one of you only talk for like 15 minutes, but she talk all the time and she responds with such a brilliant answer. And actually, she gave a lot of open-end answers, and this is what I want to discuss with all of you. More or less, what I want to highlight is that most of you don't have a clear goal or a clear theme in the first place. So most of you, the interview is sort of all over the place. No, do not stick to this like big picture, the big picture. As for what I see in her CV and credentials, you all say that she has these credentials, but not much that elaborate on how she could achieve these credentials, and why is she achieving this credentials. And her main interest is actually in the feminist or equality terms, and this is such a huge opportunity to be discussed furthermore, as this is one of the highlights that supports her on being the most outstanding students, as it is also your scientific paper, right, Nurul, for the most outstanding student. Yeah, that's I don't know, a little bit disappointing that no one really dig deep into that one. Perhaps if I could give feedback for each one of you, is that, let's start with Radian. I love the energy. Actually, you are being constant with the energy, such uplifting opening, closing, and also always trying to engage with the audience. However, I feel that the questions you are asking is mainly from the list of questions that you already had before. Instead of elaborating more or asking more questions from her statement or from the guest answers, you jump right away to a certain question that you wanted or you already had before. good job with the trivias, but some of them are still very, very personal. And yes, as the previous judges have stated, you should draw a clear line between you and the guest. And next one is Jeze. Jeze is actually more on the side of easygoing and a lazy listening talk show. You also try to link it to another question, one or two or three questions, and I appreciate that. But there is repetitive words that I keep hearing on is too much like words, like this, like that, like. I think it will be better if it's not that repetitive. And maintain the energy and excitement that you keep and staying composed, and that is what I appreciate, because at some point you can see if you don't keep that composed posture or structure, it will be all over the place. I see that there is actually an answer where she already told you about the equality is her interest, feminist and girl equality, bringing up the organizational aspects. I think you're the only one who's talking about this, but you don't dig deeper. Okay, and okay. Okay, so I also noticed that you are close to the 15 minutes, right? 14 minutes and 53 seconds. To be safe, I think at 2 minutes cutoff on whatever question you have there, make a conclusion and do the closing. I think what most of you don't really display is that you don't make a conclusion at the end of the interview. Only asking the guest to say some of her remarks, but not making a conclusion of all of her answers on how the big picture and the theme itself is how she is becoming the most outstanding student, right? Okay. That is all for Jeza. The next one is for Ramadianti. I also think that the commentary on her dress is not necessary, but props on responding and concluding her answer. You always respond thoroughly to her answer and give a conclusion, and sometimes also ask a question about it. But there are several open-ended answers that you can also improve from her statement. Okay, not the last one. The next one is for Hashika. Hashika, there are several words that are terms that could be better. For example, you keep on saying thank you, yeah, this is that, yeah, okay. Or this statement here, like, of course she's a she. I think now not only nowadays, but things like that you are making a fact out of your own assumption, and that is a little bit unnecessary. I think you absolutely can improve your choices of words, variety of vocabularies. I see that you are excited and energized, but you need to stay calm and composed, and to give appropriate response to her answers. Okay. And also this point where have you ever you can say have you ever blank. I think that is one thing. Oh, and also notice the one clap love. I think you mean is cinta bertepuk sebelah tangan, isn't it? Yes, I think it's the term for that is one-sided love. However, I think that question is also still very personal to this talk show. And thank you. And last but not least is Diajeng Fitri. I actually love the title Morning Tea with Diajeng Fitri. That rhymes. But the composition between the main topic that you are asking and the sides from the questions from the audiences, I think it's a little bit equal, and it will be better if more part of the section is from the questions from you. But I think that's all, because the previous judges have already stated a lot of feedbacks, and I hope that these feedbacks will shape you all to a better you, and take this as a positive and building up criticisms as a way to improve yourself to be more better, because all of you did great. You guys all have great potential. Okay. I feel like I'm rapping. Thank you for everyone, and good luck.
Okay, thank you, judges, for the insightful feedback. So I'm sure that those feedbacks can be very beneficial to the participants to improve their ability in the newscasting field.
All right, moving on, that this round has been ended. I would like to invite all of the participants, all of the judges, to have a seat with us. I see that almost all of the participants have turned on their camera. However, I still see Jasan as well as Sofina. The camera still turned off. Jasa, are you there? Oh yeah, okay. So to the committee of documentation, you may start the documentation time. Just give me a sign, yeah. To the documentation committee, are you there? I bet there is a technical issue lah. So I will move to Echa. Echa, would you like to introduce
Okay,
for me?
so I think we should be the one who take the photos. So please put on your pretty faces and smile in 3, 2, 1. Okay then, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much everybody for your enthusiasm, for your ambition, for your passion of joining this event. I hope that the result will be will satisfy all of you. So that on behalf of the entire committee and the couple of MC, I would like to apologize, deeply apologize if there is something my mistake or our error. So thank you for your attention, and I would like to remind once again to all participants not to forget attending the closing ceremony on Tuesday, August 24, 2021. There will be the winner announcement, and the whole participant, not only the final participant one, but the whole participants should present to redeem the e-certificate. How cool is that? Is e-certificate from the oldest, one of the oldest English competition in Indonesia. And we wish you all the best of luck. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Santi 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 Om. Namo Buddhaya. The 25th ALSA National English Competition, aim for excellence, initiate change. And may ALSA
always be one. Thank you, everyone.